Okay guys, this is the second part of the solo missions called the test subject. Now in this one, you're going to be running as...
Remember, this
I'll leave
is
it a secret.
simulation, so reenact this moment as you see fit.
Well, even though you see it in the titles,
Computers
but
will take
still.
care of the rest.
Bizarro! Yes, you will be playing Bizarro. Therefore, that means you will be a brawler. Now, again, this is my first time using Bizarro ever. Like I said, I'm always loyal to Catwoman whenever I do Legends, so I honestly don't know anything that Bizarro does. I mean, I know what kind of moves to watch out for, but play-wise, I'm not really a good brawler.
Clones quickly. Critical failure. Secure the clones.
Goodbye! You help Bizarro!
Yeah, I'm not really a good brawler, but I found his skills to be very easy to use. That one that I just used and the one before where he's like basically jumping up and down or either punching the ground, those two tend to be the best that I think. Just because they're AoE and you don't really have to do a lot of work to use them. So I would probably stick with those two for when they're in groups. Now once you go into the second room, I didn't notice this, but there is actually a boss that spawns here. So it's the guy with the shield that you have to fight, the mini boss. And during this fight, there will be consoles that light up because of the scientists. You have to destroy those consoles before they go off because they bring in extra reinforcement. So kind of like the same thing as the hunt where the one mob comes out, but in this case, you have one terminal in various places that activate that you have to destroy. When you hear that noise, beep, 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 that's when you want to be on the lookout for one.
You little punk.
Where is it? Oh, it's right there, yeah. Oh, and there's your barrel right there if you need. I needed it.
You am good, friend!
I believe once after all the scientists are knocked out, then none of the terminals will activate again, so that will give you some leeway and allow you to focus on the mini boss and not with all those terminals around. Literally hanging by a thread waiting for my soda to come out of cooldown. Oh, the skill that I did where he's kind of like suspended in the air for a while, then hits the ground. That's a really good one too. I really like that one. After playing Bizarro in this thing, I really see the appeal that why people sometimes play Bizarro a lot. I see a lot of Legends players use Bizarro, and I see the appeal in that. It's actually quite fun. Except for the brawling part. I'm not a very big fan of brawling. It's too slow in my opinion.
Do not do that again.
Okay, and there is your first investigation. I don't know why I went this way, but I decided to apparently. Oh, I think I was looking for other investigations just in case. Okay, so there's your first investigation. Just collect that one. And there are also 4 in this, how do you say, mission? So.
This 12-hour shift guarding the control room is mine. I don't understand half the thing.
Initializing extermination turret test. Target the clone tube. You're not allowed in here. Activate the Sentinel and bring those turrets back online, now.
So the Sentinel is basically your second mini boss. It's right back to back. This instance is actually quite short compared to the hunt, I would think. Probably because there's you don't have to go and short circuit the switches so that know, the alarm doesn't go off this time. You could just destroy anything in your path, basically. The objective. Oh shit. The objective. There you go. In this instance, right here in this room, is basically you have to destroy the scientists before they activate the terminals, because they'll just come and shoot you and stuff. So take out the scientists first and just tote around the mini boss, the Sentinel, until all the scientists are wiped out. And then after that, you could go ahead and focus on what the Sentinel does. I think that's the easier way. I think there is a feat for not destroying any of the scientists. I'm not really quite sure. I did make a list of the feats on forums that I will go ahead and link in the bottom bar below, just in case you wanted to see that. Just so that you know, all the feats that you attain from this DLC Origin Crisis equals out to about 4.05 skill points. Not a lot for a DLC pack. Which is introducing, you know, 2 new raids, 2 new ops and such. But hey, 4 skill points helps rather than none, right?
Bizarro crush with kindness.
I like when he says that, it's so funny. Bizarro crushes, no, crush with kindness. Can you love with hatred? I'm not really quite sure. I think you can. It's like stalker-ish. Alright, the second investigation in this place will be straight up. Took me a while to find it. I mean, I could hear it, but I really couldn't see it. So you actually have to go above the barrier on top. There you go. And then it will be in like a hidden corner to the left. Right there. You see the green? And that will be your second one.
The extermination turret is our first foray into elusive selective particle disintegration. While initial experiments seem promising, the cloning lab needs to up their production rate to keep up our testing pace.
Oh, and like I said, you know how I told you the ground pound, basically where he punches the ground or he jumps up and down? Those 2 skills are very good for AoE kind of aspect. This is the best place to use them because they're in cluster of 3 mobs each. So you could just go ahead and AoE them and they go down like nothing. And they don't hurt as much actually compared to the mobsters, I think. I don't know, just a feeling, right? Yeah, like a personal opinion. I like the voice actor who did Bizarro. It's a very particular voice. I think they brought back the old guy, because remember when long time ago, I mean, if you guys are veteran players, you know that long time ago Bizarro's voice was very unique, and then they changed it a while back to a more higher pitch, I believe.
Bioscan in progress.
But yeah, I'm glad to see that. I think it's the old voice that they brought back. But yeah, so this is the last boss that you will encounter in the solo mission itself. It's the LexCorp Heavy Mech, obviously it's called. He is a brawler as well. He will copy you.
Superman clone experiment 001 identified. Evacuation is not authorized.
Now what I hear is that people were having a lot of difficulty with this boss because the, how do you say, countering ability of this boss is actually quite spot on. When he counters you or when he blocks and you try to break him, he will quickly lunge you, stunning you back. So the best thing to do is that when you have low life and he is blocking, just continue to let him block and allow for the block to wear off on him, and then just continue fighting him so that you don't get block broken or you don't get stunned back, because if that happens, then obviously you'll lose a lot more chunk of life than you need. Probably another tip I have for this one would be to clip out of the skills that Bizarro uses. For brawling combinations, they're actually very slow and you have to probably time them a little bit better, but if you are able to clip out of your skills with that, how do you say, that lunge kind of thing, that lunge skill where he flies, yeah, like that, then that will save you a lot of time, and that will also connect better so that you could do maximum damage and not have, you know, not lose a lot of life. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. But yeah, so that's how I defeated him, and there it is, complete. There is the third investigation right there.
Security log 65.
Now the last one,
Robot Jim,
I was
I
actually
like to
looking
call
for
him.
this for a
Got
while
him
now,
day and night.
so I'm searching
Always must be winning
around,
cards.
could not
I don't
find
know
it.
why we have such a high-tech assault robot on duty here, but I heard he was here to keep things in rather than things out. Not sure what that means.
He's meant to keep things in, not out. So while I'm looking for this last investigation, I will just go ahead and chit chat with you guys. So far, I'm really liking this Origin Crisis content. I have tried both of the raids because of the immense lag on the test server. I really couldn't get past, you know, even the first room. I just managed to try out some of the trash mobs in the area, and also I did do both of these missions and took a look at the feats and such, but I really like it so far. All the content is actually quite challenging for even CR86, because this is the gear that I have on right now. And so even with the CR86, it's quite challenging. The mobs have a good chunk of life, and they do immense amount of damage. So I feel like the raid, if it wasn't lagging and when it goes on the live server, I believe that it will give people the difficulty that they were asking for from all the previous raids, kind of like back to when FOS 2 was out and there was no such thing as mods and such, and it was just all based on the gear that you had and the skills. And that difficulty, I believe they brought it back. So I'm really excited to try out the raid one more time, or possibly the other alerts on the test server, probably today or tomorrow, and see if I could get past the first room on the raids if it's not lagging too badly. Now, back to the solo mission, I did go ahead and find the last investigation. It's actually right in front of the teleporter. So that was the first look of the solo mission test subject. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!